Finding strike and dip on a geologic map, the compass method. The map being used for this exercise is from the Geological Survey of Alabama. It is the Hollywood 7.5-minute quadrangle, Quadrangle Series Map 52. This map and others like it are available for free download as a PDF from the above website. This exercise makes the assumption that you already know how to use a compass. Find north with your compass and move the map around so the top of the map is facing north. For this particular map, you can line up the compass as shown to ensure your map is straight and facing north. 3 areas of the map will be used for this exercise. They are labeled A, B, and C on the picture. The Sequatchie Fault is located in the northwest area of the map. This earthquake fault has not recently been active. In this area of the map, you will see many strike and dip symbols. Most of these have a dip towards the north or northwest. A few symbols along the fault indicate the layers of rock have completely turned over. We are going to find the strike for 2 symbols in this area. The dip for each is already indicated on the map. The first symbol on the map has a long line with a shorter line perpendicular to it. The long line indicates the strike direction, which is towards the northeast. The short line indicates the dip. Because the short line is centered over the long line, this symbol means that the rocks are at a 90-degree dip or vertical. Let's find the strike. We are going to align the side of the compass so that it is parallel to the strike line on the symbol. We set the dial so that the arrow on the dial lines up with the red magnetic arrow. Then we read the number on the dial where the white line is located. This strike line reads 40 degrees from north. This can also be written a couple of ways: north 40 east or northeast 40. The next strike and dip we will measure is circled on the photo. This strike appears to be trending east-southeast to west-northwest. Since the strike trends from the east-southeast to the west-northwest, there are 2 ways to measure the strike. Both are correct. The first way is to align the compass where the direction of travel arrow is pointing towards the southeast. Then you want to make sure the side of the compass is parallel to the strike symbol. Turn the dial so that the blue arrow of the dial aligns with the magnetic red arrow. And you will get your reading by the direction of travel arrow. In this case, you can see the white line crosses the dial at approximately 98 degrees. So the reading is 98 degrees east-southeast. The second method that we can use for this particular strike is if the direction of travel arrow is pointed towards the northwest. Again, we want to align the compass so that the side of the compass is right along the strike line. It is parallel to the strike line. Turn the dial so that the blue arrow of the dial lines up with the magnetic red arrow. Both are pointing north. And we will read the dial at the direction of travel arrow at the left-hand side. We can see the white line on the dial crosses the numbers on the dial at approximately 278 degrees. So the reading is 278 degrees from the north. But what about the dip? How do we find that? The dip has 2 components: degrees of angle into the earth and direction. The amount or angle of dip is the small number next to the symbol. In this case, 16. This means the rock is angling into the earth at 16 degrees from horizontal. If you look at the other strike and dip symbols, you will see that there is a great variation in the amount of dip. The dip direction is always exactly 90 degrees from the strike direction. If the first reading is being used, 98 degrees east, southeast, and the direction of the dip as indicated by the perpendicular line is north, then we would subtract 90 degrees from 98. This would give us 8 degrees. The dip direction is north 8 degrees. If the second reading is being used, 278 degrees west northwest, we would add 90 degrees to 278. This would give us 368 degrees. But wait, we know a full circle is only 360 degrees. So to get the correct answer, we subtract 360 from 368 to get 8 degrees. The dip direction is north 8 degrees. For the next location, we are going to measure a strike symbol close to the river. Note that all of the dips in this area are towards the south to southeast, the opposite from the previous area. We are going to align the side of the compass with the strike symbol so the two are parallel to each other. Move the dial so the arrow on the dial lines up with the red magnetic arrow. Then read where the white line crosses the dial, 30 degrees from the north. This could also be written as northeast 30 degrees. Be sure to check with your teacher or your supervisor to determine how they want you to write down the degrees, as different countries have slightly different ways to write these down. The dip amount is 8 degrees angling into the earth. The dip direction is to the southeast, so we would add 90 degrees to the strike reading. 30 plus 90 equals 120 degrees to the southeast. The last location near Georgetown is an easy one. You can see two crossed lines inside of circles on the map. These indicate the rock layers are horizontal. This means there is no strike or dip. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please consider subscribing to this channel.